Hey traders, John Howell here. We're going to be looking at the market update today across all the markets. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, let's get straight into the market update today. So let's starting off with the good old S&P 500. Now guys, one thing that's happening right now is that there has been really overall with these stock markets, right? Market of stocks, not a stock market, right? Remember, it's a market of stocks, So, looking at the overall Dow Jones on the S&P 500, really look at this here. So, it's been very quiet for the last almost 12 months now. That means we're going to get ready for a really big sort of trending moves, right? Because you see back in history, you see what happens, right? What normally happens is that when you do start to get when you do get a really good quiet period for quite some time, then we start to see some really big movements out of that as well too. So the big thing that you're seeing here is that we're going very, very, very quiet. So, you know, the calm before the storm analogy and stuff like that. So very, very, very quiet here. And we are definitely indeed still compressing to the upside, you know, somewhere through there and so on and so forth. But we are definitely compressing to the upside. And we've also got a lot of resistance around that sort of 4,200 level. And on top of that, if we look at the S&P 500, we also can see that what is it developing here? It's developing what? Up. And now we're developing this sideways range. We're developing a bull flag within this sideways range, right? So that's what we're seeing through there with these markets here, is this overall sort of flag formation in the markets. And so therefore this tells me that there's a very high probability that we're going to start to break to the upside. And when we do, we're going to start to likely to see a really big move. But this is sort of like the calm before the storm. Now the storm is not a bad storm. It's a good storm. It's like, it's like one of those storms, like you're stranded in the middle of the ocean, right? And there's no current pushing, there's no current anywhere. And the motor blew up. So you're just drifting, right? You're drifting. And then suddenly, you got no paddles and stuff like that, so you can't be paddling your boat. Your phone's out of reception, the radio. Do you guys remember the CB? Do you remember the CB radio? That my dad was a truckie, right? So he always had the CB radio and stuff like that in the trucks. That'd be pretty fun. I remember those days. They're pretty fun. Actually, guys, leave a comment below. Do you guys remember that? If you guys were ever, with your parents, when in trucks and stuff like that, you remember that CB radio, and they used to talk to each other with the trucks. We are the mighty convoys, ain't she beautiful sight? Like the whole. Anyway, my dad was a truckie, so. So the storm is like the storm analogy, right? Is what the storm is now it's a big storm. And so there's this big gush of wind starts to really pick up, and it actually pushes you towards the promised land. That's going to happen here, right? This is going to be a good storm, all right? Looking at the Dow Jones as well too. Look at this here. Really not much going on really. So look at this here for that's actually a bit over 1 year, but say 12 months. 12 months of doing absolutely nothing, which equals we're about to see some really, really, really big movement. And right now, we have a significant low and a significant higher low as we speak right now. So there is a high probability we're going to break to the upside and see a big move, because the calm here and then the storm is going to be a big storm. It's going to push us. Remember the whole... Push us to the front, push you to the finish line. Nasdaq, same sort of thing, right? Coming back down, really, the tech stocks really came down quite hard through here, right? And now they're sort of just basing out through here. So the tech stocks came down quite hard. So again, bit of a calming analogy. We are starting to slowly go up. So I'm expecting to see some sort of some sort of storm that's going to happen. Now, it may not happen straight away, but there's a big storm that's happening around the corner here. Moving on out through to the quick little update on the mining sector. And the mining sector pretty much did nothing today, guys. So one thing I'm expecting with the mining sector is for it to continue going sideways through here. right? Just for a little bit more resting phase, a little bit more of a pullback in the markets, and then we're probably likely to then start to see a big move. And once that happens, then it's like, guess what? The calm before the storm in the GDXJ. GDX, same sort of thing as well too. We had like this bit of a short-term sort of bit of a double top. I wouldn't be too surprised to see us come back down again now, to go sideways, to get ready for another big up move like that in the GDX from there. Move over now through to the SIL, silver miners. And then once again, silver miners are just sort of basing out. What we want to see here with the silver miners, we want to see a breaking above the $32 level. And then once we do that, we could start to see a really nice move up. Moving out through to the SILJ. And the SILJ is one of those markets that, hey, if we do keep pressing up and we start to see like a $13 print, right, then we're going to be breaking out of this overall massive downward phase through here. And then we're likely to see a really big upward move coming from there as well too. Move over now through to the good old gold market. Silver, right? Silver. Again, guys, silver, not much going on. If you have a look at my moving average as well too, it's nicely trending up. But one thing you're probably going to get here is you're probably going to get the moving average still continue to trend up nicely like that there. But then maybe just get like a bit of a sideways movement here and then start to see a breakout and start to see a move up from there. So it really does look like that possibly that the overall market is going to continue being flat this week, maybe for another week or two, while we're building up a bit more of a calming effect, a bit more of a resting effect, before we see a big move up. Same for gold as well too. Let's take everything off the screen here. If we have a look at gold has actually had a move up. I am expecting to see gold to come back down through here, and then possibly go through here, and then get a big breakout. And then when that happens, gold is probably going to start to see some really, really, really big moves in the market. So there we go, traders. There's an update across the markets through there. Overall, there's been a calming effect for quite some time, but there's a big move just around the corner, and we need to be alert for that because it could be a really, really, really big move on the upside. Traders, if you do need some help from me, very first link in the description, click on that. I'm giving away a free trading course. In fact, when you go over, register for the free trading course, the very first training you get is an hour-long training, me walking you through the 3 secrets that you must know to become a really good trader and start to generate an income from trading. I'm also going to teach you exactly all the details to my #1 trading system for free. And then I'm going to show you exactly how I scan the market to find these trades as well too. That's all on the very first presentation you get. So click on that very first link in the description there, guys. Go get free access to the trading course and that bonus free training, and I'll speak to you real soon.